All right, guys. Today we are gonna be reacting to Miriwoong. I think that's how you pronounce that, right? The Australian language barely anybody speaks. I think this is more about the Aboriginals. We're gonna learn a little bit about the culture and see what's going on. Make sure you subscribe, guys. Let's jump in.
My favorite word in Miriwoong is Juwinyan, and that means crocodile.
My favorite Miriwoong word is Gai, which means grandma.
My favorite word in Miriwoong is Vidyoijap. It means swimming.
The land is Miriwoong land, and it's where the language come from, you know. There's language all around you. Everything we see
Oh, okay.
has language.
So this is how they look, right? It's like a mix. You know what's crazy? A lot of people say this is more like an Africans kind of descendant. I don't think so. I think this is more a descendant of South Asia. I would say, right? South Asia, Pakistani Indians, that region kind of thing. They migrated to these kind of island. That's more. I think that's where they're coming from. You ask me.
It's language. Everything that moves have language. All the food source and waters, rivers, they all have names.
Yep.
And that's how we can describe what it is. When it's something that a lot of people can't even describe today in English, you know.
So we have to take advantage of those. So today there are just a handful of fluent Miriwoong speaker left. Okay, so we have to take advantage of that and write that language. The thing is that a lot of these societies, right, and the same happens here in the United States, and the same happened where I'm from. I'm Puerto Rican, right? We have some natives there, Tainos. They never wrote anything, so we lost everything. We actually know some words because Europeans, they wanted to just preserve some of those languages, but we lost them. And mostly these cultures, they just go through oral, right? They pass on orally, which is nothing wrong with that. I think that's perfectly fine. It's just the way that they used to do it. So I'm guessing the Miriwoons, it's the same way, right? They pass on the culture orally.
Ayo miwa wala buanande nganaima.
Damn.
Mariobi.
Yawarong, Ro, Yeramandan, Walanga, Yovaria.
Koronok tawar. Korokora bajan. Korokora.
In modern Australia.
Korokora bajan. Korokora.
In modern Australia, it's difficult for any minority language to survive. Wherever you have a language that is very dominant, smaller languages will.
Bullshit. Nah, you're being lazy now. See, this dude's been lazy. No, you can still keep that language. You can still keep it. If we kept a lot of minority languages in Europe, we can keep it in these regions. This dude is just trying to be a doomsday kind of guy. No, just make sure you write it down, you record it. Make sure you guys get what you can, and then write it down. You write it down, you'll be fine.
Struggle.
First person replies, Hola, Juija, Gili Jibin.
Going jangap kering.
Wow.
People always assume.
Very nice. And I think there's some groups in Louisiana, we had the same problem. So we were losing some of the Creole in Louisiana, and a lot of people are just sitting down and just make sure they're just basically recovering the Creole in Louisiana, in the United States. So it can be done. It's easier because it's well written. It's written already. So anybody in the United States can learn it.
That language needs to start in the home. But what is happening now is these kids, they learn language at school or in kindergarten, and they bring words back home that their parents didn't know.
Oh, that's interesting.
Modern things come, we just have to give it a name in Miriwoong. Like when, the first car arrived in our country, Miriwoong people gave it a name, Gurri.
Gorogi.
And that actually come from the sound that it makes, gurr.
Oh,
There is research that says indigenous people learning their ancestral language are more likely to be successful in life, which means they are more likely to get a job, they're more likely to attend school. They're also less likely to struggle with substance abuse, they're less likely to commit serious crimes. Transferring language to these kids will help them live a better life. Language.
I don't know what to think about that last sentence, man. I had to go back to this, guys, because I am quite interested in this kind of topics. I love it. I love it. I do. Especially in that region, I have no idea what the hell's going on. But this dude right here just saying certain things that I'm like, what?
Language are more likely to be successful in life.
So learning our ancestral language is gonna make you more successful in life. Why? Why? Where's the connection? Where's the connection here? What is success, right? Are we talking about successful meaning what? Like non-monetarily, non-materialistic success? Because nobody speaks that language, sir. So I don't think it has to do with success. I think it's about preserving the culture. I might be wrong here.
Life, which means they are more likely to get a job.
Right here, which means they're more likely to get a job. If you learn that language, you're more likely to get a job. You see what I'm saying?
They're more likely to attend school.
And then you're attending school if you learn that language.
They're also less likely to struggle with substance abuse. They're less likely to commit serious crimes. Transferring language to these kids will help them live a better life. Language means identity, and where people identify with something that belongs to them, they grow stronger.
My grandfather and mother told me, don't throw your language away. Keep speaking up for it.
I just hope our kids grow up and speak it,
Yeah.
I feel happy and I say, good on you, speaking Miriwoong language like me.
woorlab-gerring go Miriwoong.
That's very nice. That's very nice that a lot of kids in Australia are learning the language. I think that's great. I think that's great, man. Because what that does is just give a stronger cultural identity to the Australians. Yeah, it's a stronger identity. I think there's a lot of places here in the United States that like Wyoming, Montana, we give a lot of identity to the Native Americans, right? I wish we could just learn the language of the Native Americans, but somehow we don't. I don't know why. Even some state, they should have just focused on that. I don't know. The tribe from Kukaka, whatever. You see what I'm saying? Like, just learn that language. Keep them, because our Native Americans, they have a warrior spirit that I would love that to be transferred to the United States. But I don't know. I guess we're gonna lose that as well. But this is very nice that I'm glad that a lot of kids are learning the language. Very nice. Let me know what you guys think. I'll see you next one.